because the median income, are you ready? $51,000 was in 1990, but the median income now is $75,452. All right. So what is the increase? Let's look at the increase. Some of you guys like numbers. Let me give you some numbers. The 4-year tuition, that meant it went up by 253%. Because there's something that prevents you from winning in business. What if I could give you some ideas, some concepts, and some strategies that would prevent you from not winning, right? That would make you win, that would help you to become successful. What if I could give you these strategies to help you win in business and dominate as an entrepreneur? Would that be something that you would be interested in? Most people fail in business because they lack the understanding of how to truly build and grow a successful business. They lack the understanding of sales. They lack the understanding of marketing. They fail to step out of their comfort zone. They lack the ability to find new customers. Hey, listen, it's great to... It's January 23rd, and we are here today for another Money Monday. We are here every single Monday. We are here live, all right? And the topic is money, how to make more of it, how to keep more of it in your pocket. How can you have less of it going to where it shouldn't be going? How can you have more of it staying with you? That's what we're about. So welcome everybody for another Money Monday. Let's talk about what's happening in the economy. What's going on in the economy? What's happening? As you can see, we are in crazy, unprecedented times. Do you agree? We are in crazy, unprecedented times. So, one of the things that's happening is you see lots and lots of layoffs. You see lots and lots of debt happening. We are in record debt, not only personal debt, but government debt, record debt. Taxes is going crazy. Inflation is out of hand. It's skyrocketing. Income hasn't seen the same soar as everything else. So what's going on in the economy? I can sum it up with this cartoon here. The middle class is being pressured. The middle class is feeling the brunt of the pressure of what's happening in the economy. Let's look at some companies that were laid off. If you are in our WhatsApp group, I made a post on a couple of these. Amazon, this is all this week, right? Look at the date. Look at the date, January 17th, this was posted, right? Pay attention to the dates. Amazon, they cut 18,000 workers and is considered to be one of the biggest layoffs, right? I like what it says down here. Amazon's layoffs are just a fraction of its 1.5 million global force. But those 18,000 people, they're going to feel it for sure. They're going to feel the pressure. Google lays off 12,000. Another 12,000 people. Look at the date, January 20th, right? This is all this week. What's happening? 12,000 employees Google laid off. Microsoft laid off 10,000. They cut jobs, 10,000 people is laid off. Capital One, they laid off 1,100 people, right? You would say, well, they're in the financial industry, that credit cards, right? What's going on? They laid off 1,100 people. Spotify, they're laying off 6% of its workforce. So they have about 10,000 employees. They're laying off around 600 employees is going to be laid off. So this is ongoing. This is just some of them, right? This is ongoing for the middle class. And the middle class is who is feeling it the most. Imagine something. Imagine that you are going to work, right? You walked into work and your boss says to you, we have a surprise for you. And you say, what is it? What's the surprise? And they say, well, we got a raise for you. And you start to feel excited. You get excited. And then the boss continues. They said, well, the raise we're going to give you is 436% increase in your salary. How many of you would be so excited and fired up if you got a 436% increase in your salary? So you're super excited. You start to do the math, right? You start the calculations. You're like, well, I make $60,000 a year. Let's say, right, as an example, you make $60,000 a year. And so you do 60,000 by 436%. You do the quick math. You're like, that's going to quadruple. So that's over $260,000 per year. How would you feel if that was your increase from 60,000 to 260,000? How many of you would be fired up and excited about that? I'm sure everyone would be, right? Everyone would be. But then they say, sorry, oops, we made a mistake. It's not your salary that's going to increase. Your salary is going to stay pretty much the same, but your cost of living is what's going to go up. Your expenses is what's going to go up. The cost of your home prices is going to go up. How would you feel then? How would you feel? Let's put that into perspective. You look at what is happening with the middle class. A 4-year tuition used to cost in 1990, $8,972. Okay. Today, it costs over $31,000. The average home price used to cost $225,000. There was a time that you could buy an average home for $225,000. That same home today is going to cost you $1.2 million. All right. A liter of gas used to cost 59 cents. All right. That same liter of gas is going to cost you now $1.50 on average. In 1990, you could raise a child from 0 to age 18 for $120,000. Now, today, that cost has soared to $233,000. Same child, right? Different time. You want to buy a new car? An average new car used to cost $9,400. Today, the same car on average costs $45,000. So you say, well, Jermaine, what's happening? Let me put this again into perspective, because the median income, are you ready? $51,000 was in 1990, but the median income now is $75,452. All right. So what is the increase? Let's look at the increase. Some of you guys like numbers. Let me give you some numbers. The 4-year tuition, that meant it went up by 253%. That was the increase. 253%. The average home price went up by 436%. That's how much it went up, right? The liter of gas from 1990 has increased by 154%, right? To raise a child from 0 to age 18 has gone up 94% since 1990. The average new car has gone up 379% since 1990. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? The median income, that means the middle income, 50% is above, 50% is below, has gone up 47%. What? Are you trying to tell me, Jermaine, that the median income has only gone up by 47%, and in the same time, home prices, the average home price went up by 436%? You remember when I said, imagine you got that raise for 436%? So your income, if it went up 436%, right, from 60,000 should be 260,000. But how many people has seen an increase in their income anywhere close to that? Nobody, because the income has not been increasing the way everything else is increasing. Income is not keeping up with the cost of living. And not having enough money is the symptom. It's not the problem. Let me repeat that again. Not having enough money is the symptom. It's not the problem. It's a symptom. Let's say Sammy goes to the doctor. Sammy's a fictitious character. He goes to the doctor because he's constantly feeling tired and lethargic. And, the doctor checks him out and say, yep, no wonder you're feeling that way. You're not fit. What's the symptom? The symptom is Sammy feeling tired, but that's not the problem. The problem is Sammy's out of shape, right? If he gets in better shape, he's going to feel better. Yes or yes? So not having enough money is the symptom. It's not the problem. The problem is how people earn their money, right? It's how people earn their money. The symptom just shows up as not having enough money. Does that make sense? The symptom is not having enough money. The problem is how people earn their money. So what is the solution to all of this? What is the solution? If the problem is how people earn their money, what's the solution? I believe wholeheartedly the solution is entrepreneurship. I believe entrepreneurship is the solution. And I believe because of what is happening in the time right now in the economy, the timing has never been better to educate yourself and become an entrepreneur. Equip yourself and become an entrepreneur. The problem is not the cash flow. The problem is how the person earns the cash flow. All right. So you say, well, Jermaine, I thought about starting businesses, or I looked into businesses before. What are the successful business rates? Like how successful are businesses? If you start a traditional business, what is the likelihood of your success? Let's say you start a dry cleaner or a hair salon or a pizza store or a convenience store, right? Or a car wash. Okay, you start all these, you come up with these different ideas. You want to start a traditional business. What are the success rates? Let's look at them together. 20% of new businesses, they fail in the first 2 years of being open. 20%. Boom, 2 years, they're gone, right? This is according to Investopedia. Now, 45% fail. That number jumps up from 20%. So 45% fail during the first 5 years in business. So almost half is gone in the first 5 years. Then 65% fail in the first 10 years. 65% fail in the first 10 years. You know what's crazy? Only 25% of new businesses make it to 15 years or more. That's crazy. So you look around, right? You look around, you see all the dry cleaners, the hair salons, the pizza store, the convenience stores. 15 years, 1 out of 4, you take 1 out of 4, 1 out of 4 is going to be gone. They're going to be wiped out. They won't be able to survive, right? So many people shy away from entrepreneurship because why? They have to put up capital. Who wants to put up capital, hundreds of thousands of dollars, hire employees, all this kind of stuff, only to see the business disappear after 15 years? The odds are against the entrepreneur, right? If we look at the facts, the odds are against the entrepreneur. Why am I telling you that? Because there's something that prevents you from winning in business. What if I could give you some ideas, some concepts, and some strategies that would prevent you from not winning, right? That would make you win, that would help you to become successful. What if I could give you these strategies to help you win in business and dominate as an entrepreneur? Would that be something that you would be interested in? I remember working with a young lady. Again, I'm going to change her name for privacy reasons. Let's call her Shauna. And she started her own business in the financial industry. She had the ability to offer great products, solid compensation plan through the firm that she was working with. And she was super excited to start building her business. And she was so eager to share the products with her family, her friends. And, even though she was initially enthusiastic, she found herself struggling, right? She found herself not able to make any real progress in her business. And then eventually Shauna gave up. She gave up on her business. She gave up on her dreams. She gave up on her goals. And we figured out after the fact, this was way after the fact, when it was too late, we figured out the main reason for her failure. And she didn't fully understand the concept of building a business. She thought all she had to do was share it with her family and her friends, and that would be enough for her to be successful. I'm going to talk more about that in a second. Another example that I recall is a client, actually, who was a professional dentist, and he decided to go into business for himself. Now, the thing with him is he had a great network. He had a really good reputation, but he found himself struggling to get any kind of real traction in the business. He just couldn't get it to move, which is odd because you look at this person that has great reputation, great network. Why can't he get his business off the ground? So after looking at the business, it became very, very clear what the issue was. He was not comfortable marketing his products. He wasn't comfortable with the sales aspect of business because he's never been in that type of role before. So he wasn't comfortable with the idea of promoting the products that he was offering to his network. Imagine having a business and not being comfortable promoting the products and the services that you offer, right? So he wasn't willing to step out of his comfort zone. And he wasn't willing to learn the skills that was going to help him succeed in the business, which ultimately led him to failing in the business. Now, so what's the difference? Why do some people win in business and some people lose? Why? White people win in business, black people win in business. White people lose in business, black people lose in business. Asian people, Hispanic people, men, women, short, tall. What's the difference? What's the difference? Let me give it to you. Most people fail in business because they lack the understanding of how to truly build and grow a successful business. They lack the understanding of sales. They lack the understanding of marketing. They fail to step out of their comfort zone. They lack the ability to find new customers. Hey, listen, it's great to start with your family and friends. It's great to start with that, but you got to evolve. Could you imagine Microsoft growing to the size that it's at today if they only thought about their immediate circle of friends and family? Can you imagine Apple being the size it is today if they only thought about their products going to their friends and their family only? Tesla, Google, McDonald's, right? They didn't know how to build a team, right? They don't know. People that don't succeed don't know how to build an organization. They don't know how to build a team. They don't develop the skills. They don't develop the mindset that's necessary to become a successful entrepreneur. Let me give you some ideas here. Building a successful business requires a combination of skills and traits like sales. Many people stay away from this word. I believe sales is helping, right? I believe it's helping and serving a family. Why do we go to the store and buy milk or groceries? We do it because that groceries or the milk or whatever we're buying is going to help us. Make sense? That's the whole purpose. It's an exchange. Marketing. They don't understand marketing. They need to have marketing. This is a skill that can be learned. Next is leadership. Leadership can be learned. And last but not least, team building, right? These are all skills that can be learned to build a successful business. But it's very important that you have the willingness to go out and learn, the willingness to go and grow, the willingness to adapt these skills that's going to be required for success, the willingness to plan. See, these are all things that the entrepreneur brings to the table. This is not something someone can do for you. No one can learn for you. No one can grow for you. No one can adapt to the new skills for success for you. No one can plan for you. These are all the things that you as an entrepreneur have to do for yourself, right? No one can do this for you. So you got to bring that willingness to the table in order to succeed, right? If you want to guarantee your success in business, there's a few key things that you got to keep in mind. Grab a pen and paper, and I'm going to give them to you. Are you ready? Number one, first and foremost, you must have a burning desire to succeed. And I mean a burning desire, not just, oh yeah, it would be nice. Not, I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens, right? This is not a burning desire. A burning desire is burning you up inside. See, I don't know what's wrong with me. Ever since I can remember myself, I always wanted to win. It's just burning me up inside. I just always wanted to win. You need to truly believe in yourself. You need to believe in your ability that you can build a successful business. You need to be willing to put in the time. You need to be willing to put in the effort. You need to be willing to put in the hard work, which is all necessary for you to achieve your goals. Bottom line, you got to bring that burning desire. And if you're not sure how to develop burning desire, read a book by Napoleon Hill. It's called Think and Grow Rich. If you want to learn how to cultivate, maybe you're like, man, Jermaine, my desire's not where it needs to be, man. How do I get more desire? You can actually cultivate desire. And I would suggest you read that book, Think and Grow Rich. It talks about exactly how to do that. The secret to burning desire is in that book. And the secret to winning, to success, is burning desire. Nothing great is accomplished without burning desire, because it's challenging to be successful and you need something to pull you through, right? You need something that's going to pull you through the challenges, through the tough times, through the times where you're not motivated. You need that, all right? Number two, you need to educate yourself. You need to educate yourself. That means you need to understand what business you're in. See, McDonald's succeeded after they realized that they're not in the hamburger business. They figured out they're not. See, they were doing okay at business, right? They were making ends meet at business when they were just thinking about being in the hamburger business. But they realized that's not their true business. Their true business is in real estate. By the way, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, watch the movie The Founder. The Founder, powerful, powerful movie for entrepreneurs. Okay? They figured out they're in the real estate business. All right? You need to have a solid understanding of what industry you're in, the products you're promoting, right? The sales and the marketing strategies that's going to help you to build a profitable business. Because without proper education, you're going to be shooting in the dark and you're just hoping for the best. George Wong, one of our senior marketing directors, on his WhatsApp status, he used to have, hope is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy. I mean, it begins with hope, but hope is, you can't leave everything to hope. You can't leave everything to hope. So without proper education, you're just shooting in the dark and you're hoping for the best. And you don't want to imagine getting on an airplane and the pilot says, you know, I'm just hoping that we get there. I'm hoping for the best. You would step off of that airplane, right? You wouldn't continue with that flight. Imagine going for brain surgery and the doctor says, you know, I'm just going to hope for the best, see what happens. You wouldn't be happy with that, right? You're not going to allow him to cut into your skull if hope is his strategy or hope is her strategy, right? You're not going to want that. So we don't want to leave things to hope. We want to understand what business you are in. And number three, you need to have discipline and consistency. Bottom line, right? You see on the left here, motivation starts off high. Everybody starts off with motivation. Everybody's excited and enthusiastic when they start. Everybody wants to win in the beginning, right? But what happens to the motivation? It gradually decreases. Sometimes you get a blip, but it keeps going down. Motivation by itself is not the key to success. Everybody starts off motivated. Everyone, right? I call it the honeymoon phase. In the beginning of the marriage, everybody's excited in the honeymoon, right? During the honeymoon phase, it's the best part, right? Building a successful business, it takes time and it takes effort. And I'm going to tell you right now, it requires a level of dedication and commitment that many people just aren't willing to give. They're just not willing to give it. And you see this not only with business, but you see this all across North America with marriages. The increase in the divorce rates in North America is crazy. In the US, it's estimated that 41% of all first marriages end in divorce. 41%, nearly half. Nearly half. You know, in the year 2000, do you know how many people got divorced in Canada? Remember, we're about 37 million in population, Canada right now, right? Somewhere around there. Do you know how many people got divorced in Canada in the year 2000? 1.8 million people, right? Almost 1.9 million people. Do you know what the number is right now? Or for 2022 rather? 2.7, almost 2.8 million people. So went from 1.8 to 2.8, let's say, right? People are simply not willing to stick it out. Yes, you're going to combat me and, you're going to rebuttal me and you're going to say, but, if some of those people weren't meant to be. All of them, all 2.8 million people, right? Many people, they lack the discipline to stick it out in business, in relationship, in their work, in every area. People lack that consistency. Right? So without discipline, what's going to happen? You're going to easily be distracted. Without discipline, you're going to lose sight of your goals. And what happens when someone loses sight of their goals? They stop going for it. They quit. Right? They quit. Number four, you need to believe in what you're doing. You need to truly believe in the products and the services that you're offering. You see, if you truly believe, right? If you truly believe in what you're doing, you'll do it. You need to truly believe in the opportunity that you're providing. You need to be able to see the value of the products and the services that you're offering. Can you bring to the lives of your customers life, right? Can you bring solutions to the problems of your customers? And believe in what you're doing, that it's going to be a solution. You cannot just be in it for the money. Let me just tell you right now, you cannot just be in it for the money. You need to believe in what you're doing, that what you're doing helps families. It helps them. And I believe there's no better noble cause than what we're doing for families. I don't think there's a more noble cause, right? I don't think so. And number 5, you need to have a strong support system, a very strong support system. You see, building a successful business, honestly, sometimes it can be lonely. It can be a challenging journey. I'm telling you this from experience, and it's important to have the support of somebody, a friend, family member, a spouse, a mentor. Somebody, a mentor, if you don't have anyone else, someone who's going to help you stay motivated and focus on your goals. Because I can tell you this right now, without that support, it's very easy to become discouraged and give up on your dreams and become part of that 75% that don't make it through the 15 years, right? Entrepreneurship is a long game. It's not a 30-day, try it out and see what happens. It's a long game, right? You're in it for the long game. You're in it for the long game. Someone says, but Jermaine, I don't know if I have 15 years, right? I don't know if I want to wait 15 years. I don't know. And I'm not saying it's going to take you 15 years to become successful. You might become successful in 6 months. You might become successful in a year. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know how long it's going to take. But what I'm saying to you is, if it takes 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 1 year, whatever it takes, the time is going to go by anyhow. You're going to be doing something anyhow. Why not put that effort into something that's going to transform your life and the people around you? Okay. So that's number 5. So let's summarize it. If you want to guarantee your success in business, you need to bring the burning desire. You need to have the burning desire to succeed. You need to educate yourself. You need to understand what business you're in. You need to be disciplined and consistent and truly believe in what you're doing. Truly, truly believe in what you're doing. And you got to develop a strong support system. And when you have all these things in place, there's nothing, let me tell you, there's nothing that can stop you from achieving success in the world of business. And the next time that I scroll through all of the successful people in our firm, your name is going to be there. Your name is going to be on one of those as a senior broker, senior marketing director, scrolling through, right? Your name is going to be one of the executive vice chairmen, one of the CEOs, one of the EVCs, one of the field chairmen, one of those titles. Your name will be on there. Your name will be on the list. Why? Because you guaranteed your success. Let me ask you, before today, did you guarantee your success? Did you have a strategy and plan in place to guarantee your success? All right. I want to remind you of this, that success is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a journey, but with the right mindset, with the right skills and the right support, you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. You can achieve anything. Listen to me. You have goals and dreams right now. Yes or yes? If you look around in the world, are there people out there in the world that has already achieved the goal and dream that you have in your mind? The answer is yes. They have achieved it, right? Why not you? What's different between them and you? If they can do it, you can do it. I'm of the belief that if one person can do it, anyone can do it. We're talking about things that are easily learnable, not talents. See, talents, you can't learn talents. I cannot dunk a basketball. I just simply can't. I don't have the physical ability to dunk a basketball. That's a talent, right? Some people are gifted with those talents. They can sing. You don't, you don't want me to sing, right? If I start singing, this call will be empty in like 2 seconds flat, right? So that's a talent, right? No matter what I do, I can't be a Michael Jackson, right? Or whatever your favorite singer is. I just can't do it. I don't have that talent. I'm not talking about talent. Entrepreneurship does not require talent. It requires skills. And skills are learnable. This is the big misconception that a lot of people have. They think that entrepreneurship requires talent. It's either you got it or you don't. Wrong. Leadership is learned. Leadership is not a talent. Leadership is a skill. This can be learned, right? Everything that I talked to you about today can be learned. Marketing, it's a skill. It can be learned. There's no one that's born with these things. They're learned along the way, right? So I want you to go out there and make it happen. Make it happen. Don't hope for it to happen. Make it happen. Yes or yes? Is that a deal? I want you to go out there and make your success happen. 2023 is the year that you're going to make your success happen. You're not going to wait for it. You're not going to hope for it. You're not going to wonder if it's going to happen. You're going to make it happen. All right? Closing. I believe in you. I believe that you have what it takes to become successful. I believe that you are a champion, and you might not believe in you, but I believe in you. Whenever you're having doubts, fear, or any of those things, just know that I believe in you. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm not just trying to fluff you up. I think that every human being was put on this earth for a purpose. And many people never realize what their purpose is. And they go through their entire life. Imagine going through the entire life not knowing what the purpose is. You have a purpose. My job is to remind you that you have a purpose and to lift that purpose out of you so that you can grow and prosper and be the person that you are supposed to be and win for yourself, win for your family, win for the people around you. You are here to do something big. You're here to win. You're here to win. Don't take it lightly. We don't know how much time we have left on this earth, and we shouldn't be focused and worried about that. We should be focused and thinking about the future and the success. But you're here to do something big. I am here to tell you, you're here to do something big and special. Hey, thank you so much for watching another Money Monday. We hope that you got value from today's content. And if you did, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And like always, inspire change.